Now, my next guests are three young, talented Irish actors who have shot to fame in the popular television series Merlin. Have a little look at this.
Liot. Liot. My magic. I couldn't use it. Lady Morgana. Never knew you cared.
Would you welcome, please, Colin Morgan, Katie McGrath and Eoin Macken. How are you all?
Very, very good.
Excellent, thanks for coming along. Colin, Merlin has become a huge success.
Yeah.
How big, would you say? Is it possible to quantify it, or...?
It's become huge.
Yes.
I'm just going to apologise for my voice. I'm just recovering from a bit of sickness from the end of shooting, which we wrapped on Wednesday.
Is it the rap party or the sickness?
Oh, it's the sickness.
Rap party.
You're not going to bed at 4 o'clock.
No, man.
That's what friends are for.
Exactly, right in the open. No, it's huge. It's become massive. It's in 180 different countries all over the world. It's become, you know, you go to, I was in New York and I got recognised up at the Empire State Building, you know, up at the top of there. A little kid was like, "You're Merlin." I was like, "Yeah."
You're getting that at the top of the Empire State Building?
Yeah, it's crazy. So,
does it travel beyond America then, Britain? Is it all over Europe as well?
Yeah, it's everywhere, you know. We're translated into lots of different languages, into Japanese, Italian, French. So that's always fun to see that the kid who apparently does the voice for Malcolm in the Middle in French does my voice in Merlin. So
yeah. You can't go anywhere now. Like you're the man. You're the wizard. That's going to be a bit of a trial for you because you've a very distinctive look. So kids will immediately go, "It's him."
They do, yeah. I mean, it's a great thing that people have taken the show to their hearts as well. That people only ever have nice things to say. So it's a huge positive. And
Katie, you studied Trinity, I should say, at Trinity.
Yeah, no, I did history. It's sort of a million miles away from what I'm doing now.
How did you make that leap from student of history to Morgana?
It does seem a bit odd, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Well, I guess I came out of Trinity and, you know, you have this idea of what it is you want to do with your life, and then you go and you do it and suddenly realise it's not really what you want to do.
So what were you doing? I
was working at Image magazine. I was working there, and I sort of left it. And I think my mum was a little nervous that I was doing nothing, so asked her very good friend to get me a job on a TV show he was working on.
Yes.
And he thought, you know, you worked in a fashion magazine, you know, you can work in costume. Bearing in mind, I can't thread a needle, and I'm thrown into, you know, 200 beautiful period costumes told to look after them. No idea what I was doing.
So you were the wardrobe girl?
Yeah, lacing girls into corsets at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Great.
And it was actually the best 6 months of my life. It was brilliant. I met my best friend who's here, waving behind the camera there, so I say hello. And while I was doing it, I got asked to do the press photos for the first season, so the billboards and all the press packs. And sort of the directors and producers told me, you know, you should give it a shot. And since I was so awful at costume, I mean, maybe they said it because I was so awful.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
They were trying to find a way to get rid of you.
Kind of, maybe.
And on it came.
Yeah, and then kind of went from there a bit.
I know, and your provenance is kind of strange because in the, let's say, pre-wizardry world, you were, what, a male model for Abercrombie and Fitch?
You had to do that, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I did, because anytime I've gone to the shops, it's kind of intimidating. All these fellas wearing little or nothing.
Yeah. Which is always odd. Why are they advertising clothes wearing nothing?
Well, great question.
Do you know what I mean?
It makes
well, let's ask Owen.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know.
No.
I never really questioned it. I just kind of thought, oh yeah, sure, why not? You know, I was kind of, you know, in Merlin I kind of wear a lot of clothes and I was kind of a bit confused by that.
It must have been a strange world for you.
It was very difficult.
Which is why he tries to take them off as much as possible in shots. I think Gawain should do this shot topless.
Yes. So is that an on-air problem or an off-air problem?
Little column A, little column B.
A little bit of both.
It just makes things easier, I find.
So how did you go? I mean, is it a natural progression? Did you always want to go modelling?
You know,
TV?
No, actually, I got into it in a weird way. I started modelling, then I started doing acting in college and a bit of modelling and stuff, and then I got brought to New York to model for Abercrombie. And when I was there, Bruce said, you should be an actor. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a great idea. Yeah, okay, you stay with all the boys. And so Sorry.
Yeah.
So he sent me to meet this acting coach in New York, and I worked with her for a few months. I came back, and then I did some independent film. And I was doing psychology in college. And a friend of mine, Emmett Scanlon, said, do you want to come audition? No, he was actually auditioning for Studs, Paul Mercer's Studs. Oh, yeah. And he said, can I borrow your football boots? And I said, why? And he goes, well, I need it for an audition. I was like, well, you can't play football. And he said, no, I can't. I said, okay, if you can have my boots if I can come. And he goes, okay, fine. So I came along and auditioned, and Paul gave me the part. And then I was doing my finals in college while I was on Studs for 8 weeks with Brendan Gleeson and David Wilmot.
Right.
So I was writing my thesis on psychology and relationships, and then to go do a scene with Brendan, and I was like, this is crap. Like,
so you followed the dream.
Yeah,
we have a shot of you modelling on that we want to share. That's very intense looking moment there for you.
Yeah.
I
think that's the standard modelling shot. When you look, they say gaze into the distance and think of something. Yes. And I think I was just confused. So.
Yes. Speaking of gaze, we have a cover of the GT magazine, which is the Gay Times. Because obviously you're you're a poster boy for girls, but you're sharing the love.
Yes, of course.
And how's that going for you?
I just thought it was only fair. I didn't want to kind of seem like I was sort of anti-gay, and I thought, you know what, I just want to kind of make it worldwide, universal. Yeah. So it was actually my idea to do it.
Well, good on you. Because no, it wasn't your idea. Because people have said that Merlin has, kind of strong homoeroticism in it.
You should ask Colin about that. He's a lot of scenes himself, and Bradley kind of do that, don't you?
Colin, how would you like to discuss this?
Cheers on.
No problem. Passing it on. Passing it on.
We do get asked, about this a lot, and I always say the same thing. It's you can find connotations and undertones of anything if it's what you want to see.
Yeah.
And,
so look, if it pleases everyone, what's wrong?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, and it is across the board, and everybody who watches the show gets something completely different from it.
Hey, listen, you got something out of it. Let's have a look at the waxwork they've made of you. Look at that. Yeah. That is Colin's waxwork model. Did you sit for that, or did you?
I stood for it.
You say, yeah. It stood for it. Sorry. Even better. Yeah, thanks for that.
Colin, you have very big hands in that, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's all about perspective. But I love you remember the Star Wars toys we used to play with as kids? You can now have the Merlin. Have you seen your one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what the best thing about that is?
No.
Is it fits in the Millennium Falcon.
No.
Swear to God.
Seriously?
That's what made me so happy.
How do you have a Millennium Falcon?
Because I'm a big geek.
I know.
We still have them at home. And we have them at home. My mother has them on the dresser. So when they come in, everybody into the house has to look at the figurine. And she has it right next to the Captain Jack Sparrow one. She's like, I don't know what they do when I leave them alone, Katie. Who knows? You and Captain Jack?
Your mum sounds extraordinary.
She's brilliant. She's absolutely brilliant.
That's your one, so you can have lots of fun with that, obviously. And actually, there's
the toy show now.
Let's play toys. This is yours.
Yeah. If only I looked like that.
Actual size.
Yeah.
And your mum where did she put it?
On the dresser. When you walk into the kitchen, it's sitting there. I mean, who else has a figurine? Come on.
That must be pretty.
It is kind of at that point. I mean, we're at that point now where there's a lot of cool stuff coming out. Like, we've got these, and we've got Top Trumps, which apparently is very cool.
Yeah, Top Trumps are great.
I never played with them as a kid.
Oh, we have a pack backstage.
Are they good?
Yeah, really
apparently
good.
I'm quite a good card.
Bit evil, though.
Evil is good, though.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
But that's a good figurine. So you play with that with the Millennium Falcon at home in your downtime.
Does good, yeah.
That must be good for you.
I'm next to Han Solo.
Yeah.
Kind of like every dream's come true.
All your crushes are coming out now, so that's good to know. What about Owen, speaking of all these action films? By the way, we don't have an action film.
I don't have one yet. No. I only came in, I mean, these guys have been in the show for 15 years, so I only came in last year.
I'm sure action isn't a problem for you anyway, is it?
Action?
No, I mean, no, what I'm saying is you do all your stunts, don't you?
I do indeed, I do, yeah, I try to, when they let me, but I fuck most of them up. Mess most of them.
Sorry.
Sorry. They said I was allowed cursing the show. Sorry.
No. What do you mean? You made a mess of some of them, did you? Why?
I think once at the very start, I almost took Bradley's head off, and it came out with blood of bruised knuckles, and he had to kind of take me down and go, no, it's like, you don't actually have to kill me. And I was like, no, but this is fun, because you kind of feel like, you get into a proper fight, and then you realise, it's all very choreographed. You do little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But
it isn't. I mean, if you think about it, you've got like 6 blokes all together, all trying to out-bloke each other with swords. I mean, it's literally, they think they're being very well behaved, but the amount of testosterone on that
is
crazy.
Full on?
Yeah.
Just look at the front cover of the GT.
Exactly.
That's where it came from.
Follows Owen around like a smell.
Actually, one of the guys in the front cover, Rupert, who plays Celine with the blonde hair, we had this, I can't even say anything, can't I, about future episodes? Oh, no.
Well, you can kind of...
We have a fight, and we were doing it, and we both got very annoyed at each other because I felt that he was messing it up, and he thought that I was messing it up. And we ended up getting really into it and almost killed each other. For half an hour, we literally doing this fight, and it was very serious. Because you know, you kind of get a bit of, it gets a bit...
It spills into real dead arms.
Yeah, and that was before we did the shoot.
Hey, you're in part, right? So this Colin Meaney film and yourself?
Yeah.
It opens today?
Yeah, it's just released in cinemas nationwide today. Directed by Dara Byrne, fantastically directed by Dara Byrne.
What's it about if your throat can carry it towards a snapshot? No, you're doing very well.
Colin Meaney, as everyone knows, is obviously an Irish legend. Grew up watching films like The Snapper and The Van, which I think everyone agrees are brilliant films. And this is Colin Meaney. I don't think we've ever seen him before. He's very vulnerable. He's playing a character who comes back from London, trying to establish his life back home in Dublin. And he ends up living out of his car in a car park, parked. Can't get welfare. And I'm playing a guy who's doing exactly the same thing, but for very different reasons.
And was it nice for you to de-Merlinify your life for a little while and do something totally different? Like, could we take a clip of it? Because you're extremely good at it, and I'd like to share that with our viewers.
And Carl. Do you talk at all? You live here, don't you? There's no shame in it. Look, I've nowhere else either except me care. Made it in life, me.
Done. That's good. You like that? That's opening today.
That's in cinemas today.
Great. Let's look at it.
Thank you very much.
And Katie, what's next? Where can we expect to see it? Are you still Merlining, or have you other things going on?
I have got a few other things. I actually did the voice for an animation that my brother's doing with Wimble Lane Pictures, and I had to do it in Irish, and I haven't done Irish since the junior cert, so I had a person in the booth with me basically saying it, and I was repeating it like a monkey, so hopefully it all works out, and it's called Tread in the Storm.
Monkey Irish.
Monkey, well, let's just hope it's not.
Instead of pigeon Irish.
And then I go to South Africa in a couple of weeks to do a miniseries with John Hurt.
Right.
Yeah, so it's called Labyrinth, based on the book by Kate Moss, so I start that at the
Oh,
end.
right, as opposed to the old Jim Henson.
Yeah,
David
no, we
Bowie.
would never want to remake that.
But you'd love to work with Muppets, though, wouldn't you?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
We'll see what we can do. Owen, you, of course, we've talked about modelling, and then we've talked about acting, and I know that you've an interest behind the camera. So is that where you'd like to go? Is it, or what's next for you?
I'm not sure. I was cinematographer in a film called Charlie Casanova, which is coming out. It's going to be released in January and February, which actually won Best Debut Feature alongside Parks.
Congratulations.
Galway,
Yeah,
which is quite fun.
Did you win joint?
We won joint Best Debut
Best
Feature.
Congratulations.
We kind of had that was a bit of fun.
So are you in it as well?
No, I was actually the cinematographer on it.
Oh, congratulations.
So that was fun. So I just enjoy doing the whole thing. So I haven't decided if I'm going to go direct into the film yet. If someone gives me money, I'll go and direct a film tomorrow.
Well, but here's hoping.
Well, you can help with that.
I'll do my best. It's been great. You're flying the flag for Ireland in Merlin, and we're very proud of you, and thanks for coming to see us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Colin, Katie and Owen. We have a short break to take, but join us in a few moments' time when I'll be joined by comedian Tim Minchin and broadcasting legend Joe Duffy. Stay with us.